Too Much Sauce says, which NBA team has declined the most this offseason? Ooh, that's a fun question. We talked a lot about the teams that have making a step in the right direction. What about a step in the wrong direction? The team for me is probably the Oklahoma City Thunder. And not because they've made bad moves. Like, I think they have made the right moves in going out and getting more draft picks. The problem for the Thunder is that, you were a top 5, top 4 team in the Western Conference, and everybody's gone now. I can barely even name who was on this Thunder roster. And, that's not a knock at Sam Presti, because I think Sam Presti's done the smart thing in going out and getting these draft picks. But the fact that your starting 5 is going to look something like this next year, that's a huge step back from CP3, Danilo Gallinari, Steven Adams, SGA. Now it's just SGA, Hamidou Diallo, Lou Dort, Mike Muscala, Darius Baisley, Alexei Pokusevski coming off the bench, Teo Maledon coming off the bench, Isaiah Roby, potentially, Admiral Schofield. I mean, this Thunder team is really bad, but they want to be bad. They want to tank. Now, here's something that you guys should all know right now. Cade Cunningham is going to be the number 1 pick in the 2021 NBA draft. Cade Cunningham is a kid from Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma City really wants him on their team. So watch out for that as they tank for the number 1 pick. Now, I say it's the Thunder, but you guys can make your comments in the comment section. Make your voices heard in the live chat as well. What team do you think took the biggest step back? And not in a good way, not in a Luka Doncic, James Harden kind of step back way, but the biggest step back as in they were good and they're going to be worse. I think the Thunder got to be the team. The Rockets could also be a team depending on what happens with James and Russell Westbrook, but it just remains to be seen. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, or if you're watching live with us, the team that took the biggest step back this offseason. I see some people saying the Pistons, the Nuggets, and the Raptors. Raptors could be another good answer, but they're still going to be a playoff team in the Eastern Conference. Rogue Brother says, what point guard should the Clippers go after? Hill, Lonzo, Rozier, or a different one? If George Hill gets bought out by the Pelicans, I think that'd be a perfect fit. If Terry Rozier could be had via trade, that's good as well. But I don't know what they're going to trade to the Hornets to go get Terry Rozier. I know they discussed a deal, but nothing really came of it. Maybe you offer up Daniel Oturu, and I wouldn't hate that, honestly, if they traded Oturu for Terry Rozier. But I don't know what they're going to offer. So, not Lonzo, but maybe Terry Rozier via trade, maybe George Hill if it's via buyout. But I'm not giving up assets to go get George Hill. Dalton Kelly says, what's the best trade for Harden? I'm mad at my Rockets. Dalton, we'll pour one out for you, brother, if you're a Rockets fan, because they could be on a big-time decline with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. I still think the Nets are the team that have the most to offer with Jared Allen and Karis LeVert, and even maybe potentially Joe Harris in a sign-and-trade kind of deal. But it's Spencer Dinwiddie as well. So I don't know what the best one is. I think it's probably Brooklyn, maybe New Orleans with all their draft picks and all their young players, but I don't think he wants to go to New Orleans. So watch out for Brooklyn. And when/if James Harden gets traded, we'll have it all for you here on Chat Sports. So make sure you subscribe today to youtube.com/chatsportstv. Also, turn on your notifications because we got videos coming out every hour on the hour, it feels like. Not quite, but almost. So make sure you have your notifications on and you are subscribed to the channel. Got over 2,000 people watching live right now. I bet not all 2,000 of you are subscribed, so just scroll on down and hit that big red button. Eric Rivera says, what can the Grizzlies do to make the playoffs? Nothing. I don't think they should do anything to make the playoffs. I think they should push for another lottery pick so they can pair it next to Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr. They didn't have a lottery pick this season this offseason because they traded it to Boston. But now you have a chance to get back into the lottery, and I think they should take advantage of that and go get a lottery pick. You look at guys like I said, like Evan Mobley, and also Cade Cunningham. If those guys are available where the Grizzlies are picking, they're going to be in a really good spot. Yeti Grandpa says, do you like what the Knicks are doing, like signing Miles Powell? I love the Miles Powell signing. I can't believe he went undrafted. I don't like what they're doing, though, by signing Nerlens Noel. I don't know why he did that. I love that they traded for Amari Spellman. I think that was a good trade, good pickup. I love that they traded for Jacob Evans, and I love they traded for a second-round pick as well. Now, losing Bobby Portis, that's whatever, but the draft, it was a knockout for me. I think they did a great job by getting Obi Toppin and Emmanuel quickly. I also really, the Austin Rivers signing wasn't bad either. They signed Austin Rivers for $10 million over the next 3 years. That's the same money Trey Burke got, and those are very similar players. I get that, but Austin Rivers brings you a little bit more defensively. So, the Knicks are doing what they can. I don't know what they're going for. I don't know if they're going to tank. I don't know if they're going to go for a playoff spot, but I don't think they're far off from a playoff spot. I'm not going to lie to you. So, I don't love what they're doing, but I don't hate what they're doing. I didn't make them a loser in my offseason losers, but I also didn't make them a winner. I have them as just a solid, lateral movement for the New York Knicks. Now, maybe it's the Knicks, but maybe it's somebody else. But who do you think has had the best offseason so far? It's definitely not the Knicks. It's probably the Lakers, if we're going to be honest with ourselves. But maybe be exciting and give me something other than the Lakers in the comment section. Shout something else out. Don't give me the same old boring answer. Maybe you have a sleeper team that made some really good moves that you really liked. Maybe you do like what Toronto has done by getting Alex Len and Chris Boucher and Aaron Baines. Maybe you like that. Just give me your biggest winner of the offseason so far. Jaden Salfer says, should the Bucks trade anyone else bring in anyone else, via free agency or trades? You don't really have room to make any more moves. You signed Bobby Portis, you signed DJ Augustine, you went out and got Bryn Forbes in a steal of a deal, I'm guessing, by the way. And you traded for Drew Holiday. That's a successful offseason. I mean, yes, obviously the Bogdanovich thing fell through, but you are a deeper team now than you would have been with Bogdanovich, because now you have a lineup of Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez. Maybe you want to start Bobby Portis as a 4, even though I wouldn't do that. And then you have guys off the bench like DJ Augustine. Maybe it's Portis. Dante DiVincenzo stays maybe in the starting 5 or as a backup, and you bring back Pat Connaughton. I like what the Bucks have done. Just be patient and see what happens in the regular season, and maybe you can make some kind of trade. Cole Detweiler says, should the 76ers trade for Zach LaVine or Bradley Beal? I mean, how are you going to do that? Unless you give up Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. I don't think Tobias Harris really piques the interest of either the Bulls or the I just blanked on his team. Or the Washington Wizards. I don't think either of those teams are really in the market for a Tobias Harris. So, no, I don't think they should, because I think they'd have to give up too much. And I'm not giving up too much for either of those guys if I'm the Sixers. I think Bradley Beal would be perfect with Ben Simmons, but I don't know how you're going to acquire him without Ben Simmons. Now, you should go out and trade your dull, boring surgical mask for one of these exciting team masks at chatsports.com/NBA mask. With new designs coming out every single week and all your favorite teams available, you can go get one today for 30% off at chatsports.com/NBA mask. We appreciate all y'all wearing your masks and repping your favorite team while you do it. So our Fanatics friends are helping us out at chatsports.com/NBA mask. Go check them out today. Rogue Brothers says Paul George and Zubac to the Clippers for Walker and Aaron Nesmith. So let me think about this. Paul George and Zubac to the Celtics for Kemba Walker and Aaron Nesmith. I think the Celtics would say no. I think it's an interesting deal, but you have Kemba Walker, who runs the point guard position perfectly, and you have Aaron Nesmith, who is a great player, great young shooter, and that could come in right away and make a big difference. Zubac doesn't really move the needle for the Celtics team, I don't think. So I'm going to say Boston says no, but you guys can let me know what you guys think in the comment section or on our Celtics Only channel at youtube.com/CelticsTV. Kanye East says, who will win, LaVar or MJ? Man, LaVar's kind of winning right now as he's got LaMelo Ball on his side. At the end of the day, LaVar, he's too big, too strong. He ain't never lost. That's what he likes to say. But I'm still picking Michael Jordan. Just gonna let you know that right now. Now, if LaVar had all 3 of his boys behind him, maybe he could play alongside MJ. But I would give the ball to MJ 100 times out of 100 before I give it to LaVar Ball. But everybody knows he never lost. Too big, too strong. So, funny question, but definitely going with MJ. Oh, and producer Dylan springs this question on me and also on you guys. Is MJ the GOAT? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Do you have MJ or LeBron James as your GOAT? Or is it someone like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Wilt? I've seen those out there as well. If it's not LeBron, it's not MJ, I think you're wrong. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is he the GOAT? Type Y for yes or type your N for no. And if you type your N for no, let me know. Who is the GOAT? LKBB Fitness, I guess, says Hawks going to the playoffs. Yeah, the Hawks are a playoff team now. I'm going to be honest. They're not top 5 in the East, but they're definitely top 8. And if not that, they're fighting in the play-in tournament for the Eastern Conference. I love what they've done. They've made a lot of really solid moves. They have a lot of veterans now, and they have some good young pieces that have developed a couple of years as well. So I think they absolutely are a playoff team. I'm going to say yes, 2 thumbs up to them. Alvaro Sandoval are the Miami Heat title contenders this season. I mean, they were in the championship this last season, and all they did was lose Jay Crowder and Derrick Jones Jr., I guess. But you re-sign Myers Leonard, You sign Mo Harkless. You re-sign Goran Dragic. You bring in Avery Bradley. You drafted Precious Achiuwa. I think maybe if they could re-sign one more big man, they might be even more legit title contenders. But, man, they've done pretty darn well. So, yeah, I'm going to say they are title contenders. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.